All right, Shalom Makyam.
Shalom.
And we would like to start out by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Kakadash. Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. All right? We got a GMS Mississippi camp, and we'll get a floor to Tazwan.
All right. Tonight we're gonna do a lesson on basic to live, to be or not to be, and that basically I'm saying to live, to be in the truth or not to be in the truth. And this perfect time, the Lord open your mind up to understand the truth and to be in it. And when you be in it, you do what the Lord requires you to do. It's a perfect time to be in this truth. It's not a great time to fall out. It's not the time to fall out of the truth. If you know this truth, do it to your best ability. Push with what the Lord gave you. If He gave you a little bit of understanding, do what you know. At least do some, but it's not the time to fall out. It's not the time you come here and not fall out. Say you've been 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, you fall out. When the time is like clear and like everybody see it, well, how the word is moving.
It's the book of Luke chapter 10 verse 24. For I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
Come and many apostles and prophets, men old, been wanting to see what we see now. They prophesied about it, but did they ever see it? But reincarnation we see, but they been wanting to see this. They want to see this. They want to see the destruction of Esau go down. They want to see the Lord people rise to the top. They want to see Yahweh Yabashah be on the ruler. They want to see all that, but it wasn't their time to do it.
Got something for you. Colossians chapter 1 verse 26. Even the mystery which had been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to His saints.
Ooh. Made manifest in sanctity.
I got a quote. This is on Sirach 25:7. It said, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man to have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
That's right.
And we don't have joy of children. Esau got the women taking our children, or Esau and he's in the rulership. You can't chastise your kids. I mean, you just can't do nothing.
The earth's out of course.
Yeah, the earth out of course. So what the truth say? What stuff say?
It says, a man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies.
None. And you can't hardly see your kids none of the time. You can't see your kids, and you gotta work all the damn time. You can't teach your kids like how to do this, how to do that. Yeah, cause you working. Yeah, state teacher.
Yeah. And pretty much the enemy got to fall for us to try and enjoy, children to enjoy family. Like, because in this, Esau had the world so out of course and so inconvenient, pretty much bringing children is damn near a horror house, man. Right. Because you don't know because everything's so unstable, man. Everything's changing. Like I said, you send them to the state, you pretty much sending them to be Satanists now. That's how far left the society has got. Like you always say, they move prayer out of school.
Yeah.
Because even though it wasn't, in the true knowledge, just the vibration of a higher power was still in the school. When they removed that, now you got transformers, in the classes, man. So now this ain't decided for children, but when the enemy fall, it will be.
And just going into the brother's phrase to be or not to be, it's better to be. Right? When you research it, it means to be or not to be is the opening phrase of a soliloquy given by Prince Hamlet in the so-called gunnery scene. I'm just gonna jump down of William Shakespeare play Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1. Now, this soliloquy is is essentially all about life and death. To be or not to be means to live or not to live. Hamlet discusses how painful and miserable human life is, and how death would be preferable, would it not be for the fearful uncertainty of what comes after death. So just get your head.
And the reason why life is miserable because what the scripture say, when the wicked are authority,
Yeah.
the people mourn.
Yeah.
You know, in our society, in our kingdom, we're going to produce life. You know, after that rigorous captivity on the heathens, well, eventually the heathens, excluding Esau, Edom, who will be exterminated, will get to enjoy a righteous kingdom. You know, a man can have the joy of his children. He won't have to worry about hormone blockers, you know, for his children. He won't have to worry about his wife leaving him and taking half. You know, he won't have to worry about, you know, Israel doing airstrikes just because we want their resources. No, it's going to be order. You know? So that misery is going to leave the earth, man. That's why Esau going to be chased out the earth. I got a quote too, bro. The bag of that quote. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death,
Right.
blessing and cursing. Therefore, choose.
And your decision making. It's all about your decision making.
What did Joshua as well? He said, "As for me and my house,
Yep,
we
yep,
shall serve the Lord." That's your decision.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
And it says,
Because if the spirit's not on you, you're gonna choose death. To be or not to be. 2/3 of our people is not gonna be
Yep.
because of a lifestyle. So Lord will be the hope elect.
Yep.
We choose to live.
Yeah.
To be or not to be.
yep, Captain Tazarek chose death, man.
Yeah.
Right in front of you guys.
Polite chose death.
Yeah.
Yep, Pete Kelly.
It's crazy.
It took,
It
like I
said-
say, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It said, therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live.
That's right. So your decision making can affect your child.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's all about your decision making, but that good decision making has to be given to you from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Point blank period.
Because what are you doing in life? You know, the Heavenly Father commanded us in simple terms, layman terms, to treat thy neighbor as thyself. You know, so that means is basically live your life by doing good. By doing good is making those particular decisions between left and right and wrong. And it's real simple when you sum it up like that.
Yeah.
But when people get so entangled through the simplicity that it's Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the carnality things that are in this particular world, they rather choose death over life. And that's why it's presented to you, you know, pretty much which avenue you choose.
And that's all about being a judge. You know, because in order to choose the right thing or the wrong thing, you have to judge the matter. You know, so we have to judge everything every day of our lives, whether or not to do it. You know?
Yeah, because we got you got kids, you affect their life by your decision. And if you choose to go buy a lawnmower when your kids ain't got no goddamn food in there, no, you that decision that you made, kids get no food, but you gonna go buy a freaking $2,000 lawnmower.
Or a certain neighborhood you stay in.
Yeah.
That can affect your child.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
You know, going buying a jack-o'-lantern, you know,
Yeah.
or a pumpkin doing Halloween.
That's right.
You know,
Yeah.
but you know the truth, but you teach
Yeah.
your child that.
Yeah.
Those things are not single.
Uh.
I got reason for you to know. You bring your take home. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 18, and verse 20. It says, before judgment, examine thyself, and in the day of visitation, thou shalt find mercy. So if you examine yourself, the scripture says to do what? Examine thyself whether thou be in the faith. So examining meaning that you are taking precautions in the decisions that you make. And you're choosing life over death.
Yeah.
Because to sin against the Heavenly Father is what? Death.
Yeah.
But to do his will is life eternal.
Like self-examination is a pro-life decision, man. You
You have
know,
to utilize the scriptures too.
yep,
You know?
self-examination through the standard of the scriptures.
And then the Most High gives you a safety net.
Yep.
You know, if you get confused, or I don't know if I should or shouldn't do it, you revert back to the scriptures or receive counsel, man. So he has safety nets just to make sure we make the right decision.
Second Ezra 7 and 57. Then answered he me and said, this is the condition of the battle which man that is born upon the earth shall fight. that if he be overcome, he should suffer as thou hast said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. For this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the
Can
people.
I just ask something? In order to get the victory, you have to suffer. You can't receive the victory without suffering, man. You know? That's the reward. That's that straight that position of difficulty, man.
Before you knew.
Yeah.
Because you really think about it, how can them players, the football players, basketball players, be best at? Half of them, they ain't want to go to the world and party the whole time. No, they had to suffer. Oh, I missed the party. Man, you missed a big old party. I had to sit here and shoot them jumpers. I had to do that.
Yeah.
There's sacrifice.
The sacrifice. I mean, go ahead. And being the truth, you got to sacrifice a lot of stuff to live.
Yep.
And that's why, and that sacrifice in Ecclesiastes, what, 12 and 1?
I'm on that now.
You get that?
Yeah. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth.
Meaning what? In the days of our youth, the Most High wants you in your prime. You see what I'm saying? When you're at your best ability, when you're at your peak. You know, you go to that term peak, it means the sharpest point. When you go to the store and get a steak, you want that prime steak. That means first choice. So it's the same thing with Yahweh Hashem Ashai. He wants us in our best state. And that's when you're young and you have more to sacrifice, such as with your youth, your mind, you know what I'm saying, and your spirit.
Hey, you saw him do it on this side. You know, with the NBA recruits, the NFL. Like, look at Zion. They was recruiting him like he was like 14, 15 years old. So that shows you right there. They studied the scriptures how they want a person's within their youth, man. That's where your strength lies.
And when you come across the videos prior to you actually joining the camp, you're being recruited by Yahweh Hashem Ashai. That's his recruitment of that.
All right, yeah, I'm just gonna finish it up. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
You know, when you're young, hey, you can do a lot of stuff when you're young.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to that time, especially when you're young, man, you look, I can step all night long, I can do what I want, I can run, jump, whatever. But you get a time when you're young, how about shot when you're young? Hey, that's a big old sacrifice.
And then if I can add, it said before the evil days come not. So that's even before the chaos. Hey, because Isaiah 4:1 is going to be a direct effect because of what? Chaos.
Yeah.
You see, women going to want their rebuke taken away then. But when Babylon was up and running, you know, they were living their best life.
They're gonna show you the women who woke up and sacrificed and before it happened. You know, that's a blessing unto them.
Yeah.
The women who follow the Lamb, now it's a lot.
They'll know that in the men, you know.
Yeah.
The Rome was popping.
Yeah, Rome is
You know?
popping. Yeah.
So to make that sacrifice while you're young and while this system is at the peak of its first world status, you know.
That's right.
Sacrifice. It's back in 2 Ezra 7:58. It says that if he be overcome, he shall suffer, as I have said. But if he get the victory, he shall receive the thing that I say. But this is the life whereof Moses spake unto the people while he lived, saying, choose thee life that thou mayest live.
If I can say, it said if he be overcome. Hey, because at the end of the day, if something, all right, overcomes you above your Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai, you have been overcome. You know, if something gets more of your energy and your time and your concentration more than your Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai, then that's something that's overcoming you, man.
You're choosing death.
Yeah, you're choosing death. You know? So the scriptures say if he be overcome, he gonna suffer, like I said, you know? So now we in the spirit now, but we overcoming everything that was a hindrance unto us, man. Pretty much it's the season of overcoming, man. You know?
I had 1 John 2:15. 1 John 2:15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
And that's how the Lord wants you to sit down in this world and love Him. Yeah, it's all about Him, because this world is not for your well-being. They want you keep sinning, keep doing whatever you want. Keep
Worship women.
yep. Live your best life and not think about Yahweh Bashim Shah at all.
Chase a bag.
Yep. I see that shit all that chase the bag. Man, I'm doing me. That's not Yahweh Bashim Shah.
And that bag going digital.
Yeah.
Right? And you gonna have to be digital with it.
Yep.
And since the brother brought that up, this is 1 Corinthians 7:34. There is a difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman care for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy both in body and in spirit.
Yep.
But she that is married care for the things of the world. You know what? That's not it. Jump down. Yeah, it's another one.
And because, like you say,
7 and 30 or something.
because the scripture talk about, Brother reading 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things in it. Hey, because you gotta really discern, okay, what's attached to this world and who's striving for the world to come. That's the difference, maker. Because at the end of the day, all right, most of our parents, our brothers, our sisters, you know, a lot of our women, you know, some of our women, however they go, they are a extension of this world, you know. So if you love particular things more than Yahweh Shema Shai said, the love of the Father is not in you, because you only got room for one, the world or Yahweh Shema Shai. Yahweh Shema Shai don't do the roommate thing, man.
And what proves your point, he said he's also classified as a jealous power.
Yes.
If you jealous, you don't want nothing else beside you but you.
That's what he said.
That's what he said, man.
Yeah,
In 1 Corinthians 7:32, but I would have you without carefulness, he that is unmarried, care for the things that belong to the Lord, how he may please the Lord. See, this man's single. Now, if you marry, you can still do that, but just believe it, you're gonna have, you know, it's gonna be some trouble in the flesh. But you still can have that concentrated or hyper focus you like to go into.
Because sometimes you gotta block the woman out.
Yeah.
You know, you say a prophecy might be intense. You know, you ain't gonna be able to chill at Netflix this week. You gotta keep up with what's going on, man.
That's right.
You know, but it's just a week. Then next week, you know, Most High balance you out. But then you gotta know how to turn it on and turn it off, man. That's that balance. You see?
Okay, what's that? Be careful how you spend your time.
Yeah. Because you can't get that back.
In verse 33, but he that is married care for the things that are of the world, how he may please his wife.
That's what it is. So it's like the woman's in the world.
Yep.
And like 95% of them are in the world.
Because a woman go on the shop. She gonna want to travel. She gonna want to buy things. She gonna want to plan until she see the troops, till she see the tanks hit the block.
That's why, just the lamb back, that's why Lot's wife looked back.
Yeah.
Like how you said, Rome is lit.
Yeah.
Well, Sodom and Gomorrah was lit.
Yep.
So Lot's wife had investments, emotional investments, probably financial investments in Lot. She missed that city. All right, same thing like our wives. Here it is. We see damn near the MOTB here. And your wife still talking about future things in the future, man.
Or want to take Vanessa.
Oh yeah, want to take Vanessa or took Vanessa. She don't give a damn because that's why I said remembers Lot's wife. And her job is to keep you in that state of mind.
And you have to react like Lot. As she looked back, he kept moving.
Yeah.
You know, because it was told to him by the angels, you know, that was instructed by Yahweh Shem Al-Shah, leave and don't look back.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Romans 6:23. For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is eternal life through Yahweh Shah our Lord.
Right, life. We talking about life. And you know, if we didn't do it as long as we put a leg, hey, we're gonna live with Yahweh Bashim Shah. He gonna give us eternal life. Eternal life.
Right. So if I ask you to cut my yard and I give you $250, right? That's the wage, right? So if you sin, meaning you're gonna be paid back in death. That's the wage.
Yeah.
The wage of sin, how you gonna be paid is death.
Yeah.
You know, to be or not to be. That is the question.
One of that. All right. 1 John 2:16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the power abideth forever.
That's right. God forever. You do the will of Yahweh Shai. And like I said, once again, you part of the leg and you brought them chairs, hey, you gonna live. He got you. Now, but if your mind, if you still dealing with goddamn music, or you still trying to get to the league, you still trying to have that picket fence, big house, you still trying to drive the best car in the world, and you know, if you still trying to be in this world, and your mind is not focused on Yahweh Shai, and guess what? You're not gonna make it.
He got a great spirit for right now.
Yeah.
You know, but that's a lukewarm spirit.
Yeah.
So as we approach the end of the end of the end of the end, the Father's going to eventually spew those lukewarm individuals out of his mouth. You know, and because that teeter-tottering fence days, that's going to eventually come to an end. That's why the Lord said himself, shall I find faith on earth? And there's not going to continue to be an in-between area or a gray area in Yahweh Shai. There's no longer going to be a line that you can walk and say that I'm still in the truth, but you got all these worldly affairs going on as well.
That's what Satan is doing. It's like he got you on a massage table and he's massaging you to sleep. So yeah, make you feel real good, but by the time it's time to get up and get off the table, it's gonna be too late.
I got a quick one. Back away with Butler. This is Sirach 41:8. Woe be unto you, ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High. For if ye increase, it shall be to your destruction.
They chose death.
So you do increase. You know, you go platinum last minute. In America, it's to rock you to sleep for your destruction, man. You know, you get those women that you always lusted for. You know, that job, all right? And that job overcome you. You know, it's gonna be to your destruction, man. And that's why it's all about using the word, not abusing it. Because we use the word to maintain our situation. You know, and if we can make a move, we make a move. But see, our mind ain't here. You know.
Like what the scripture say about demons.
Yeah, he loves this current world.
You abandoned Paul for the present world.
I got one. It's St. John chapter 12 and verse 25. He that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal. Verse 26. If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor.
That's beautiful though. If you put off everything and start serving, follow Yahweh Shai, hey, he said follow on. You're not gonna be just a regular guy. You're gonna be like, man, them guys still with Yahweh Shai. Them guys rose up with that in sons rise against the evildoers.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying? Them guys done it. Them guys stood up for me. When other people, two-thirds, they do nothing for me. But them guys right there, hey, look, some good guys, great guys.
Yep.
They all about you. They not about this world.
That's right. And they'll have the spirit of Yahweh Shai, and you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
Because you got individuals to this day that still look at this work of this ministry as the work of the devil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can it be? How can this be left-hand energy? How can it be something negative when even the topic is specifically going into choose ye life?
Yeah.
You know, to be or to not to be, to live or not to live.
And it just so happens that every movement outside of this, with the exception of a few other Israelite camps, everybody else are in alignment with the world. We're the only ones that is counter-existent to the world. You know?
That's why the scripture says that if you were of the world will love his
Come
son.
on.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you
Not in the world.
got all these different Israelite camps with different doctrines, but they all somehow get along. You got different Israelite camps with Kemetic camps, but they all get along. But everybody was against us at one point in time.
I got precept there too.
And this is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 15. But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord. and the care of them is with the Most High. Verse 16. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his right arm shall he protect them.
That's living.
Mhm.
Like the really, pretty much, if you ain't in rulership, you ain't living.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why the elites are so hell bent. That's why they trying to tap into immortality, because they living. You see?
Yeah. You don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
Right.
See, rulership, that's really, when Yahweh Shai talking about life, he's talking about rulership. Like, when you really read the scripture, Yahweh Shai is obsessed with rulership, man. He's constantly, like we were talking about the other day, you know, he's always dangling rulership. You know, they ask him what we gonna get, like, y'all gonna get thrones. You know? They like, look, y'all gonna sit at my table. He was always talking about rulership. Yeah.
He said he gonna rule with a rod of iron.
Yeah.
Even his only begotten son, when you read the book of Daniel,
Yeah.
you know, he's gonna have all of the crowns,
Yeah.
kings of the earth.
Yeah. So living is in rulership, man. That's what Yahweh Shai is offering. Y'all, he pretty much telling y'all ain't live yet.
Yeah.
You know, wait till you get the rulership. Then you gonna live, man.
I was gonna say a point I wanted to harp on was when we come into rulership, we don't have to be in the world. We don't have to blend in with the world. You know, when you leave your house, you gotta act like you're not in the truth.
Yeah.
You know, we're not walking around wearing fritters and GMS. But in the kingdom, no, it's gonna be very plain who the men of the Lord are. You know how you'll go and talk to a woman, but you don't tell her what you're really doing? No, in the kingdom, that's what she gonna have to bend to. And the world is gonna have to act like they in the truth. They're gonna have to act like they, you know,
Yeah. It's gonna be trendy then.
it's gonna be trendy.
Yeah, because people they go along with the current
Yeah.
status quo, so to speak, because Esau the end thing.
Yeah.
But you know, in the kingdom, it's gonna be the other way around.
Right, because Esau set it up in his kingdom where you're dealing with one woman and that's like a main focal of your life. Because you know how women be pushing us to stay here and shit. But in the kingdom, it's gonna be like the damn what's the Ottoman Turks, man? They just had a harem of women. It wasn't no one special woman. You summons one of your concubines.
Look at King David and King Solomon.
Yep.
You know?
You know,
Rulership mentality, man.
you got a palace where your wives and concubines stay.
Yeah.
Then when you have an appetite for a particular one, you summons her.
Yeah.
It wasn't no wifey. You know, like I was just watching Coming to America, the sequel again. He woke up with that same woman from the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, King Hakeem, man.
Yeah.
Straight out of Harlem.
Let's hide.
Yeah. I already had knowledge on it. He woke up to the same one back in the 80s and she was running him.
Yeah.
Now in the kingdom, you summons one of your women, man.
With that Brooklyn mentality, yeah.
Right.
You know, and like you said, it's not gonna be a shame to have multiple women pregnant at the same time.
Yeah. God.
In this life, they're ashamed for that.
Yeah.
You see, but then the woman has multiple
Baby daddies.
Baby daddies. She's a hero.
And she get government aid.
Yeah.
So you gotta think about it in the kingdom, like they gonna survive righteous and rule order. You don't gotta worry about being politically correct. You know what I'm saying? You got stepping on people's toes. They gonna survive. You know, I worry about us, man. That's why we have to state that his government should rule for him.
It's a paradigm shift.
And those that don't obey me, bring them before me and slay them.
We're gonna be like Saddam Hussein when he first came into power. You know?
Yeah.
You know, we just started dunking.
Idi
Amin, yeah.
That's been obsessed with rulership.
When you first come into power, you already got your mind made up that you finna have a body count. You already know you gotta slay a lot of people to get your point across.
What the scripture says, the saints shall take the kingdom.
We're gonna take the kingdom, man. That's called a military coup. You know?
That's what violence breaks in.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto the Most High.
Ecclesiastes 12:3. You know, the living sacrifice. Because what's the altar? The altar is actually located in Isaiah 19 chapter.
Yep.
You know, that's the camps. You know what I'm saying? Those 5 cities, those sanctuaries, and also your personal pages, man. So when people actually come and post comments on your page, they're at the altar. You know? And what's the sacrifice as well as, I mean, what's the sweet savor when basically you're actually prophesying the words of Yahweh Hashem Hashem.
It should not return to me.
Yeah.
Which is your reasonable service.
Right, because if you come in as a prophet, you're supposed to fulfill your duties as a prophet. That's why the scripture states, which is your reasonable service. You know, you can't just get this talent and fucking hide it, man. You're supposed to flip it.
And push. And push to where we have our shine, man. You got, I mean, he don't want you to get it and just keep out to yourself, man. If you know it's true, and you don't want to talk about it or teach about it, why you got it?
And if you've been in the truth 5 years, 10 years, and you still self-conscious about it, that's a problem. Yahweh Shah said, if you know if you're ashamed of me before my father, I'm gonna be ashamed of you before my father. Some such effect.
You be ashamed of me before men. I'll be ashamed of you before my
The
father.
water for that. The water for that. Yeah, man. So you know that whole it's one thing to be wise as a serpent and not put all your cards on the table as to who you are. But if you still got that self-conscious spirit where you're embarrassed about being who you are to these niggas, man. All right, your house shot's gonna be embarrassed about you to the Most High.
In the time of chaos.
Yep.
Hey, just to prove that point, Ecclesiastes 35:6. The offering of the righteous make the altar fat, and the sweet savor thereof is before the Most High. Verse 7. The sacrifice of a just man is acceptable, and the memorial thereof shall never be forgotten. So that sweet savor is when you're out there prophesying.
He said he's not righteous to forget our works. He should show it to his name, minister to his saints.
Yeah. Just like those prayers go here.
He's that sweet smelling savor.
That's it.
It's heavy because it's like an initiation though. Like you could do all this stuff with an initiation, but if you don't make that final thing, then all this stuff does go out the window.
And you know what I was thinking? You know, like, you know, we watch basketball, right? What's the point of you hitting 20 points the first quarter and 30 points the second quarter when you can't close out?
Right.
All that shit in vain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's best to keep it close and goddamn it ball out at the end. And do it to the end.
It's Ecclesiastes 9 to 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it without might. For there is no work, no device, no knowledge, no wisdom in the grave whither thou goest.
If like I said, if you got it, if you know scripture literally, what you do know, it was all your might.
Just like that time.
That's right. If you're good with herbs, do that. If you're good being around the brothers or having being for the brother, do something for the body.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it. Don't you just sit there and not do shit. Sorry to say it, but I'm just saying. If you're not gonna do shit, hey, really don't know you should be here though.
No.
Like, be honest with
It's
you.
like your body got angry.
You know.
It's not doing anything, you know, so what you gotta do to it?
Cut it off.
I
What
got
you say about the bread?
It says, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it thou might, for there's no work, no device, no knowledge, no wisdom in the grave.
And that's not to be. Because when you're in the fucking grave, you can't do nothing. You're actually inactive. You're dead.
That word out of there.
Right. So you're supposed to put your hand to your might. You know what I'm saying? When you're living. That's when you're alive.
All right, it's Hebrews chapter 13, verse 15. By him, therefore, let us offer the sacrifice of praise to the Heavenly Father continually, that is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name.
Yep. Hey, that's why it's like the preacher of the Bun brought out how, you know, our body is a living sacrifice. So that's why we have to make decisions within our life that free us up. You know, because you freeing up to make a sacrifice. You know, even a job, like you can get a job or a promotion, but you got to factor in how much time is it going to take for me. You know, is it going to conflict with camp? Is this, you know, now that's in the decision making because our bodies are living sacrifice and we can't, you know, sacrifice for these temporal things in this society and be locked in with things in this society. No, we have to be freed up to sacrifice, man. You know? This is what you were saying, real quick, just point you just made. It says okay, this on Sirach 19 and 24. It says, he that have small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that have much wisdom and transgresses the law of the Most High. You know, so you got nuclear physics, you know, you got economists, you know, Gerald Salento. Yeah, they have wisdom of this world, much wisdom, but see, they don't have the wisdom of the scriptures, you know. So the brother that knows the fewest precept is in a better position than the so-called geniuses, you know, and philanthropists.
He's Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, Kevin Samuels, Bezos, you know, all these guys of the world. Why, man? Because his wisdom is rooted in life, you know. Yeah.
I got one more. Luke 9, was it Luke 9:62?
Yeah, hand to the plow.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Luke 9:62. And Yahweh Shah said unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of Yahweh.
That's right. When you come to, if you came to this truth and you start teaching, start doing what the Lord called you to do, then you stop. Hey, you're not fit for the kingdom of heaven. You basically stop doing what you did. Basically, you digging your grave. You digging you dead basically. You digging grave for something. That's where you're gonna be laid at. Because you stop doing what the Lord called you to do.
Yeah.
So you done. And you're not fit for kingdom of heaven. And hell, I don't want to be running mind that they ain't all in. Look them guys at 300. They all in. Look them guys in Troy, you know, the minions they had. Hey, them boys all in. The Winter Mormons, they was all in.
Can't be like Trey on Boys in the Hood,
Yeah.
and all that. We out there.
Yeah. So you gotta be all in.
It's Hebrews 6:4, where it's impossible for those who were once enlightened, have tasted the heavenly gift, were partakers of the Holy Spirit, and have tasted the good word of the Most High, the powers of the world to come. They should follow way to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of the Most High afresh, and put him to an open shame.
Yeah, it says impossible. So letting you know, like scripture says, it's impossible to deceive the very elect, you know. But it says it's impossible. So anyone that has came in and went out, like scripture says, they will never of us.
Yeah.
You know. So if someone falls out or falls short, that's because they was never really locked in. You know, it was just something they was into, but then like Elder Pastor always say, they got disenchanted. You know. But it's impossible to truly believe this, what we coming into, then go back to death, man.
Yeah, exactly. I said
You see?
they going back to death.
It went back to death. Hey, because then you're dealing with a man who does nothing but lie. Like Esau, you don't know what you finna get. You don't know where this man gonna take you to. But see, the scriptures tell us the whole deal. The scriptures give us the whole layout. When Yahweh Shai asked Peter what he was gonna get, he told him.
Yeah.
You know? With Esau, you don't know what you're gonna get. You know, you're gonna have cause they saying now, if you fully Vanessa and they come out with a booster, you're not fully Vanessa anymore. You gotta keep getting the booster to stay fully. Yeah, so this man keep changing the goalposts. Like you don't know what you gotta do, you don't know what you gonna get. Yeah. I get this just to expound on this is St. John 10:10. And it says, the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and destroy. I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. Rulership. Because when you're in rulership, you got abundance. I see how the kings be eating, you know, a table, you know, longer the street full of food, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, abundance. Wine never stop pouring. You see? Yeah. That's abundance. How shocked I'm coming to give you rulership. You coming to get crumbs. Now the crumbs going to be digital. And they can be programmed. So he can tell you exactly what to spend. And then if you don't spend it in a certain amount of time, he can make it disappear.
Well, that's why they made the movie In Time with Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
They were just minding their business. Next thing you know, they were subject to time.
Yeah.
But if they had a prequel to that, you can ascertain that they might have had a chip in them.
Yeah, instead of that damn barcode, it was a chip.
Yep, instead of the barcode, it's a chip. So,
And that's why the scripture say don't trust in uncertain riches. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you put that investment into something it's not even uncertain? So it's just being orchestrated by the devil himself. You know what I'm saying? Your main enemy is that.
cause yeah, he want this kingdom to be like his little wicked video game where you got so many credits. Your character in the video game got so many credits, but you're that character in his video game.
He's controlling the control.
He's controlling the controller.
So he be able to take control whenever he wants to.
Mhm.
I'm going home.
He's a badass kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, with that, we hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Abba, Abba,
Abba, Abba.
Omer Shalom,
Omer Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.